One of our challenges is our vulnerability of landmass. We have housing development on drainage channels that causes flooding, unapproved development, land squatting, our voluntary approach to the use of building codes. In Grenada, you only follow the building codes if you are taking a loan from the bank. If you are not, you go and do your due. Active seismic activities, low level of awareness, and low level of real estate insurance. All of this is based on our social vulnerability, high level of poverty among our people in general, inadequate access to resources. Land ownership is a major critical issue, and we have a large number of landless population. Unsafe cultural practices that we hold on dearly to, and also our stagnant or declining economies. The impact of climate change is we're all very much aware of those things. Sea level rise, warmer temperature, and in these days you have more rain during the dry season and more dryness in the wet season. This is where our islands are located, and those are the tracks of hurricane in 1980 to 1989, 1990 to 1999, and 2000 to 2005. If you really want to sell the island to anybody, just show them this map. They will know why the heck we're living in this area. But that is our inheritance, and we're not going to move. The challenge is, how do we live with this hazard, with this risk? As part of the objective of this workshop is the whole question of decision making. These are some of the key questions that we need to be able to answer in order to manage our resources properly. Finding out from ourselves what has changed in terms of trend analysis. What are the changes that our policy has brought upon us? What special pattern exists in our land use and land utilization practices? What are the drivers of the change? What if analysis in terms of modeling? What we are seeing is that at the moment, there is very little we can do in answering this question. And you cannot answer this question if you don't have adequate data, both adequacy in terms of currency and also in terms of accuracy. So the vision of this workshop is, how could we get to the stage where in the region we'll be able to answer this type of key policy questions? I will share with you, I don't know if you can see it, this is the difference between the coastline of Grenada in 1951 and 2010. We are lucky to have the aerial photograph of Grenada, and in fact all the OECS country in 1951, and that was the coastline in 1951. And 2010, this is the coastline. And that's an example of what has changed. This type of information is very important in terms of our land use policy and development planning, investment planning, to look at what are our vulnerability. Not only we want to know what has changed, we want to know the rate of change. And I have some graduate students now calculating this rate of change, comparing 1951 using your topographic map of in the 70s. We also have some area photographs of, I think, 2,000 area photographs to be able to determine what has changed and what is the rate of change. With this, we can then look at what are the factors, the drivers of the change. When we present this type of information to a land developer to support your decision to approve or otherwise of their plan, I think it makes more meaning. It becomes more meaningful to them than anything else.